Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending the time you see my video. It's me, Agbaludo, Lollipop Ụmụogbanje. Tata eji m obere nkụzi wee bịa concerning ndị mmiri. Na asị gị na ịbụ onye mmiri, na ị na-akpọ onwe gị na-afụta onwe gị na ịbụ onye mmiri. Na ịbụ onye mmiri na isi na mmiri bịa ụwa. See, ihe ọma niile dị n'ụwa si na mmiri. Ego si na mmiri. Ogologo ndụ si na mmiri. Ahụ isi ike dị na mmiri. Ihe a na-achọ n'ụwa dị na mmiri. If they tell you that you are from water, that you have link from water, or you come from water direct, or happen to be that water reincarnates you, stop saying back to sender, stop saying to fiakwa, because that words alone always like a kind of got them mad. And most especially, what I came for today is what? 3 things concerning water people. Some people always come to my DM. Agbaludo, which one is divorcing water people? Agbaludo, which one is tying water people, throwing them inside river, tying water again, throwing them inside river? That they goes to consultation, that they told them that they need to tie water people and throw them inside river. Can you just check that? Just check it well. Okay, meanwhile, if you are from water, you came from water. You are water itself. The only thing you can do as somebody that comes from water is what? Involve yourself in abusing water people. I will take it one by one later. You can abuse water people. You can settle water people. But there's something that we call water separation, like separating yourself from the water people. But me that is even doing spiritual work, I can't do it for somebody. Any spiritualist, any person that you see separating somebody from his water people, just know that spiritualist is very wicked. Any spiritualist you see separating someone from his water people, just know that spiritualist is very wicked. That one is by the way. Let me first of all go with water abusement. Water abusement means when you are owing water people, you know you came from water. Water people are disturbing you. They are seriously pestering your life, and you don't have what it takes to settle them. Once you don't have what it takes to settle them, you can abuse them with the little things you have, which is there are different ways to do water abusement. You can abuse your water people with egg, oil and salt. First, that one is called water abusement. You can abuse them by buying eatable material like sweet, biscuits, enough fruit, eatable items, and go to water. Beg them, plead them to open door for you. That you are abusing them is not that you have settled them. You are abusing them is for you to beg them to open door for you. That one day. You can abuse them by staying in your house, buying cola. You know that what water people like is ojugo. You can abuse them by buying ojugo with Fanta. You stay in your house at the sunset, you abuse them. Definitely that one. That is the 3 method of what? Abusing your water people. But you cannot just come out and say, let me do this one. Is if your water people accept it, if your spirits accept the particular one you can go for, then you can abuse them during do that way. And abusing water people does not mean that you have settled them. If you abuse them and you stay up to 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, they can still come back, because definitely if you abuse them, they are going to open way for you. If you abuse them and they definitely accept your abusement, they are going to open way for you. But once they open way for you and you don't settle them, then you see Chege Pro Max. Then we come to water settlement. Water settlement means when you have gotten the whole item they requested, then you go to water, you settle them, you make peace between them. As you are settling them, it's not that you are demarcating yourself from them. Once you give them their full load, you know that definitely you are no longer owing them. You can once in a while go to water any river of your choice, pray, make just normal prayer. It's not that you are owing them, like a kind of giving them their full load again. If you settle them, you know you are still from water. You'll be making prayers, they are normal. You can even go, if your water people require that you are going to have an altar for them, you can create your altar home. But if you don't settle your water people, no need of what creating an altar. This is mistake that some people is having. Don't worry, later I will talk about making an altar for water people. I'll teach that one later. So once you settle yourself, you settle your water people, you are free. A kind of even visiting any water, you are free to pray in any water. And just okay, let me not there's something I want to show in now. Let me just leave it to another day. It's going to be a topic of another day. Then we have what we call separation of water people. Separation of water people. That one, me sef, I fear separation of water people, because separation of water people is very bad. If you go to any spiritualist and that spiritualist advise you, come, let's go and separate your water people, you run o. Because that person is going to a kind of like, you are going to, if you are seeing mess, you are going to see mess on top of mess. If they are showing you problem, if they are showing you shege, you are going to see shege dancer, you are going to see shege promos by water people. If you involve yourself in separating yourself from them. Okay, as I was saying, separation is very bad. If you separate yourself from water people, definitely, if you happen to be the type that before something happen to you, you see it in dream. Once you separate yourself from water people, you hardly have dream. You will hardly have dream. Even if you had, you are not going to recognize it. If something bad want to happen to you, you will not know. Even if you separate yourself from water people, you might meet untimely death. Separation of water people is very, very bad. What you can separate is spiritual husband. What you can separate is what? Spiritual husband. Take note. You can only separate your spiritual husband if you don't have call. When they want a call, of to serve, like a kind of a spiritual call. If you have spiritual call, you will not separate your spiritual husband. But somebody fake it, like somebody that do not have spiritual call, somebody that do not have call can separate spiritual husband. But once you don't have call, once you have call, you are not entitled to separate your spiritual husband, because that your spiritual husband is going to make way for you in future. That your spiritual husband, good morning ma. That your spiritual husband is going to make way for you in future once you start the call. So my dear, let's say no to what? Spiritual husband separation. If you have call, let's say no to spiritual husband separation. You can only abuse your spiritual husband if you have call. Settle your spiritual husband if you have call. What we have is what? Water people settlement and water people appeasement. That's all. Thank you guys. If you are not subscribed to me, kindly go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Thanks and remain blessed.